Hey, what it do? What it do? Sitting here at the house, man, knocking out another video about private money. I hope you follow a series, five-part series: sellers, private money, our resident buyers, tenant buyers, contractors, and realtors. Every week we're gonna drop a video, just kind of about our experience with them, how we can help everybody in that particular class, and what we've done so far, just so you get an idea of our business and how we kind of try to make win-win situations for everybody, right? This one, let's talk about one. What's a deal we haven't talked about yet that we could talk about? We bought in Ohio. We happen to have a property fall in our lap. That's an Airbnb. I think I might have talked about that one already, though. Maybe not. Maybe not. So, a Airbnb on Buckeye Lake in Ohio. Come to find out, there's not a lot of Airbnbs there. I think at the time we bought ours, I think there was like 4 Airbnbs there. But a local told us that the state was putting in a ton of money in this area. And when we went there was a lot of street construction. A lot of the bars were getting a facelift. A lot of the restaurants were getting a facelift. So they were preparing for something. They were dumping money in to make it more of an attraction area. So, which made us think about that, because we normally don't buy Airbnbs, but it came from a wholesaler in this area. So we started just kind of asking around, and we found out that information. So we decided to make it an Airbnb. And of course, another opportunity for a private money lender. So we brought in a private money lender, covered a purchase and the rehab. Can't remember the interest rate. I want to say, 7 or 8%. At that time was definitely at least 2 points over what the interest rates are at that time. I usually, by theory, at least two points over. But I try to maximize what I can. I try to give the private money lenders, like I've said before, as much as I can in every deal, within reason, right? And so, yeah, we brought them in on this deal, man, on this opportunity. We covered the purchase price and rehab. We did it. This property, when we looked at it, was at about 40% occupancy. It was about $40,000 a year. It might have been 50%. It was about $40,000 a year, right? So that was a great number. And then with knowing that there was only a handful of Airbnbs there, that number was super conservative. So we had a high side on this one. So we decided to go ahead and be safe, though, for the private money lender's sake. I think we went 4 years on this one, actually. I think we did 4 years on this one. A really decent payment. For the private money investor. Now that I think about it, I think it was more around 9% for this one. And so, great return for them. And we did this just to be safe, to make sure, give a trial run, make sure we know that at that 40 a year, that covered all of our expenses and everything, management, everything. It was great. It was great. It was a great deal. And so what we plan on doing is, after a couple years, if we get some consistency and we have some data to go with it, we would like to turn this private money lender into an equity partner, which meaning that we would like to bring on this private money lender and actually stop his payments, but actually split all the profits 50-50 with them, right? And there's benefits to that, right? Because now he can split the tax write-off, the depreciation, all the value, all the benefits of being an investor in real estate that you get. We could split that with this private money lender and potentially completely change his deal. I mean, his investment altogether, right? I mean, at 9%, it's still a good payment. I think his payment is over $1,000 a month, right? But you take $40,000 on a conservative number and you chop that up, and split that 50-50, that's over that. So, I mean, you can see how this deal could be really, really good for this private money lender. And that's what we're about, man. We're trying to help people, realize the power of money. That the importance of it, is not really having as much money. It's about having enough money to put it to work, so that when you put it to work, what it creates for you brings you that freedom, brings you that happiness, allows you to spend your time the way that you want to spend it. If that's traveling, if it's with your family, if it's, out on a boat, you know what I mean? Like whatever that looks like for you, we're trying to teach that. We're trying to teach and show that through examples of how, investing passively is a huge, huge investment, and it can get you to some of these goals that maybe you had and didn't know how you was going to reach them, how you accomplish them, or they start to look a little bit more further and further away. So yeah, another dope deal, another dope opportunity, man. We provided for an average person with some hard work and money that they stashed away the right way. They did the right things early in life and stashed some money away, saved some money. But when you think about that, you can save a good chunk of money, but at some point you're going to start using it. And if you have no way to start replenishing it, to put money back into it, it's eventually going to run out. So a really easy thing to do is, let's say you got a 401k, a retirement program account, right? And figure out a number, your monthly number that you feel like, if I had this amount every month, we would live comfortable. Maybe not lavish, right? But comfortable, right? You can pay all things, travel if you wanted to, go do whatever you want on a daily basis. What would that number be? And if you take whatever your balance is in your 401k or your retirement account right now, and you've divided by that number, that's going to tell you how many months that money will go before it's empty. And when you start to think of it that way, you'll put some real perspective on that nest egg that you think you have created, but you're not replenishing. And so what we're trying to do is teach you how to put more money in that without you clocking in on a job, without you getting up and having to go somewhere and work for somebody. This comes every day, every month. We call it mailbox money, right? This is money that comes to the mailbox every month. If you spend every dime this month, in 30 days it comes back, right? And this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to have you have a method that replenishes itself over time, right? And it just doesn't dwindle down with nothing coming back, right? And so just opportunities, man. We're creating opportunities for people. It's all up to you. You don't have to invest with us. You can do what you've been doing, but do that little test for me. Do that little mathematic test for me, and let me know what that looks like. Let me know what your future looks like. Is it as bright as you thought it was? Is it as comfortable as you thought it was? So maybe it's time to do something different. Maybe start planning a little different. Maybe it's time for me and you to have a conversation in how we can maximize the rest of this time that you have left on this earth. How we can maximize so you can end it the way that you want to end it. So you can live the way you want to live on the back nine. Cool? All right. Well, thank you. Make it a great day. Make it a great week. Make it a great month. We'll talk to you later.